dying. Oh, God. 1 and 2. I'm going to show you how to lower your chances, oh boy, of dying. The first key in adventure is to come up with a search pattern. I go to this little used area first, then I go through the catacombs right next to the White Castle, then I search the area underneath the White Castle, then I search the White Castle area, and then I come back around and I go through the labyrinth. It's something that has worked for me. I pick up items very quickly and I can start mapping out a plan. It is crucial. Mastering the bat. The bat is your best friend or your worst enemy. It tends to fly in a pattern, as you can see here. You can grab the bat, move it around. In this case, the bat has a gold key. I can open the gold castle with the bat, and then it goes back to flying in its pattern. Controlling the bat. Here we see the bat flying around, and I'm scared of it, so I get the chalice out of that black castle where the bat's flying around, and you can lock the bat into a castle if you can get it to fly in a pattern. Get that magnet out of the way and watch. Boop. Now we've got the bat trapped in the black castle. Awesome. Here's a case where I use the bat. After the bat has held an item for a while, it will look to get another item. So I dance around with these 2 dragons. I'm dead for sure, right? These dragons are coming to get me? Nope. I let the bat go and it takes the red dragon away. Did you see that? Awesome. Here's a case where I let the bat loose in the catacombs next to the White Castle and it picks up items for me. It switches out that sword from me and gives me the black key so I can use it. Awesome. Beware, there's nothing more dangerous than a bat with a live dragon. The catacombs. There are 2. One is in the Black Castle, as you can see here. You got to learn to maneuver your way around. The only basic tip I can get you is if you see something that you want, like that chalice, look for the words going in the U patterns, zigzagging U patterns. You see it? That's how you get to everything that you're going to need. Find a different room, find an unconventional way, right? The chalice is underneath you, right? Nope. You go up and all of a sudden it's to your left. It doesn't matter. You just need to find that U pattern, and then that lets you get to the areas you need to go in the Black Castle. And if you find that U pattern, I'm going to find it here in just a moment, then you're able to really maneuver your way around. Oh, here's the U pattern, and when you get to the center of it, you can just go straight down and you're out. Now the catacombs that are between the White Castle and the Gold Castle, same thing. You find that U pattern, you see how I'm doing it? U, U, U. Oh, now I can get the gold key and I'm out of here. When there are too many things on the screen at the same time, you're not going to be able to use items as per normal. You can see I can't pick up the white key because there's too many dragons around. Sometimes the swords won't kill things properly. You just have to clear the screens of items. Something that I figured out very recently is if you have an object in your hand, like this magnet or a key, you can actually move through the dragons to a limited extent. Here, let me show you. But don't rely on this all the time. If you don't have an item, then you're going to need to learn to stick and move. You get the dragons to bite at you, like I'm doing here, but before they close their mouth, you move. I tend to want to stick to the southernmost wall. That way you get them to bite and you can maneuver around their head. It's vital you learn to do this. Gotta know your dragons. Here we can clearly see that the yellow dragon is the slowest and the red dragon is the fastest. You can see where one is overtaking the other right here. No problem. Now, the yellow and the green dragon move at the same rate of speed. You gotta know your dragons. Know your dragons, know your labyrinth. You see how I'm able to just maneuver and get that sword whenever I want? But it's really about flowing through. See, from the Black Castle, I just flow through, yeah? At times I think about using that bridge, and I'm going to tell you how to use that bridge in a second, but then I decide against it. Nope, I'm just going to get that chalice and watch me just flow through this labyrinth. You just have to learn the quickest way to get from the Gold Castle to the Black Castle using the labyrinth. Here's another case where I'm adding a bunch of skills. I want to get to the Black Castle. I let the dragon bite at me, and then I take off. And because I know the way through the labyrinth, I can survive. Even when the red dragon comes up, I make sure he opens his mouth, I get around his head, and I keep on flowing, and I keep on going. And then I get to the top after all of this, and there's too many things on the screen, and I can't make things move. But then he dies, and then the green dragon dies. Awesome. Using the bridge is essential, especially in the White Castle. You see, if you have that bridge laying across solid walls, you can go right through them. That's important. But here you can see what you can't do is you can't go through walls horizontally, even if you're within the confines of the bridge. That is important to note. And here, in game time, I actually went through the wall and got the chalice. Now, here is the classic way of using the bridge to shortcut your way through the labyrinth. Ooh, dragon coming after me, scary, scary, but I make sure I can still dip, and then I'm right out. Remember, keys can open up the drawbridges and close them. You have to remember this, getting stuck is as bad as dying. You see the bat came on, there's so many things on the screen, I kind of phased through the drawbridge and now I'm stuck. Normally my game would be done, except I remember that the bats come back in a pattern. So you see I continue to struggle because if that bat comes back on a screen with an item, then I'll be able to temporarily phase, and so it happens. But I'm able to grab the sword, but I'm still stuck. But I know I need to keep struggling, keep moving. Yes, it's a pain, but if you ever get stuck permanently because of a bridge phase or something else like that, boy, that'll frustrate you as bad as getting eaten by a dragon. And I just keep struggling, and eventually the bat does come back on the screen, and that enables me to pop right out. Yeah. Now, whew, relief. Here's a case where I leave the sword and the dragon runs into it. And here's a funny thing where the bat carried the sword and killed the dragon for me. So these have been my tips. And if you follow them and you continue to play and learn to use that magnet, you too can have success as I have in adventure. Thanks for watching, and go out and have an adventure of your own.